Bill Cosby is back in the headlines. A new Associated Press report revealing that the superstar comedian, hit with dozens of new drugging and sexual assault allegations over the last several months, testified in 2005 that he obtained Quaaludes intending to give the sedatives to young women he wanted to have sex with. And he admitted giving it to at least one woman and other people. His statements are surfacing as part of documents AP obtained after going to court to compel the release of court transcripts tied to a 2005 civil lawsuit filed by Andrea Constad, a former Temple University employee who claimed he molested her after drugging her. Cosby ultimately settled the case for undisclosed terms in 2006. Cosby's lawyers had fought to keep the documents sealed, saying they would embarrass their client. But the judge ultimately unsealed the documents for AP, which gives us a clearer window into that 2005 case. Among the revelations is that when Cosby was asked if he gave any women drugs without their knowledge, his lawyer objected. Cosby doesn't admit to any criminal wrongdoing in the documents, nor has he ever been criminally charged. I reached out to Mr. Cosby's spokesman, David Brokaw, and attorneys Robert LeBeau and Francis Dibble. They haven't responded to requests for comment, but in the past they've said the allegations made against Cosby are untrue. The accusations against Cosby are part of dozens of drugging and sexual assault allegations made against him recently and over the years, some incidents dating back to the 1960s. Wendy Patrick, a trial lawyer who is a San Diego deputy district attorney, commented that while Cosby hasn't admitted to any crime, lawyers will be trying to find a way to use his deposition statement against him.
But what they're looking at is whether or not this is something that might be used in some of the civil lawsuits for defamation that some of these women have pending against Cosby. Because remember, he didn't admit under oath that he committed rape or that he committed sexual assault, or that he inadvertently spiked the drinks of young women that he was courting for sex. He made a statement that his intention was to give them to young women. So you can imagine what he did say is being analyzed legally by the lawyers for these women that have pending suits against him.
Though the statute of limitations is expired for criminal action, Cosby is currently facing civil suits. Among the most recent pending court challenges is a defamation of character suit brought against him by 3 of his accusers, Tamara Green, Therese Cyrenisi, and Linda Traits. The women are seeking an unspecified amount of money for compensatory and punitive damages. Ms. Green says Cosby's legal camp characterized her as a liar, quote, by innuendo and effect, unquote. Ms. Traits and Ms. Cyrenisi joined her lawsuit earlier this year. In the legal filing, Cosby denies all of the allegations of sexual misconduct. But could the 2005 statements be used against him in the defamation case? Here's what Patrick had to say.
These statements that were made under oath by Mr. Cosby himself really give some credibility to the underlying allegations that these women made. Now, he didn't admit to rape, he didn't admit to sexual assault, but it nonetheless corroborates some of the allegations that they made, that they were drugged before they were sexually assaulted. The way that all comes together is something the lawyers on both sides are probably actively working on, and we may very well see how, if at all, these statements are going to weigh into the civil suits that are currently pending against Bill Cosby.